My classmates reveal novel-sized text hidden away in their packs. Okay, cool it, Anon. You missed out on yesterday, clearly. The question is whether or not you can play it off. Best case, you can skate by without notice and ask to collect them after class. Worst case, that you get dragged out in front of everyone dressed out for not having book or speaking up about it. Now, we'll start with... I raise my hand as low as possible, hoping to play it off as if he missed my question. But his eyes land on me and he cuts himself short with a pointed finger calling me. I don't have a book, sir? You don't have a... How? The substitute passed them out. Passed all of them out. Yes, no. Dawning realization plays out in his face. Word on the streets, that dumb new kid got concussed so hard they were sent home with the commendations of Mr. Solly himself. The initial laughs about me get laid out, the initial laughs at me getting laid up all die at the mention of Coach Solly's respect. I was able to walk away myself if that saves face. Very little. Well, perhaps a minuscule amount. You must be Mr. Moose then. Given the circumstances, it can be excused. For now, you have to share with one of your classmates. After class, I'll write a note that can be given to the librarian for your needed course text. Thank you, sir. I tack on the honorific clumsily. It's kind of implied by how you wrote the text, man. I sigh, rubbing at my neck. I'm really gonna be known as the guy who got murked. Isn't that with a C? Isn't murked with a C? Because it's after mercenary? Yeah, to be killed, derived from mercenary. Or is this about that Mercer guy? Oh, apparently with a K is to be straight up killed. I thought it was with a C. When you wreck a scrub in 1v1, well, you know what? I guess you got options. Life is like a basket of potatoes. Each potato's got its own flavor. I'm really gonna be known as the guy who got murked by a rubber ball day one of senior year. That's my legacy. Holy shit, the situation's already a hair's breadth from rock bottom's level. Whatever. The laughter isn't pointed completely at me. It's already over. I glance over at my table mate, Shed. They seem very familiar. A green-scaled baryonyx with short hair draped in a purple hoodie. Why is her chair so big? Is she in a wheelchair? Wait, my eyes gravitate to the wheel closest to me. I mentally size up there with, dragging my once again pulsing foot closer to it as I envision it. I even push up against it with my toe, estimating the crushing weight. This is the bitch that ran me over! Baryonyx clears her throat coarsely and smacks the desk, forcing my eyes up to hers. I wasn't looking at your ass, I was inspecting the size of those gorgeous wheels. Is that like looking at your ass or worse? She has this piercing silver gaze with all the indifference of the far-off moon. How did that song in Mulan go again? The immeasurable weight of late nights hanging as bags beneath those cold reptilian spheres. Even though, over the course of the story, we don't really get the impression that she's like an insomniac or anything. Like, we never really get super late nights with Olivia in a way that feels like that part of her character design really shines or anything. She's not even seeing me. I've seen hatred before, disgust, sure, even pity. But this is different. I don't know an entity to her. An icy inferiority snakes its way into my guts. Why is she looking at me like that? Must be matching her beat for beat, though, because Yadakan is all too quick to rush to our table. Whoa, 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 you two! Olivia. Oh, wait. He places a hand on her shoulder. This other creates a forceless wall just before me. Olivia, please share me if only for today. I'll see to a person that gets resolved for the class. Would you help me out here? He just wanders to defuse the situation I found myself in. Her eyes soften to look at him, before throwing her head back in a silent groan. Don't you mean a groan? I untense my shoulders and sit back further into my seat, exhaling. Okay, does he inhale? Is Anon just permanently out of breath now? Refill your breath meter, Anon! Write about the inhale! Write about how you're returning to normal breathing habits. No, okay, let's turn on a different song, because I'm getting a little sidetracked by this. Let's turn on Class Theme. But that's a little sassy, isn't it? No. Whatever, it'll work. Gets bitten. Oh no. I'm dead. Thanks. Sorry. She nods once and nudges the book a few Why does he say centimeters? Inko, you're... sorry, Anon. Anon, you're an American, right? You're also an asshole. You're also a 4chaner. You do not say centimeters, ever! This is the author fucking up. Anon is not the man to say centimeters. Even I don't say centimeters in situations like this because inches feels more organic for the language. With a quickly contracted, then retracted claw. What do you mean? Wait, contracted? I thought that means that that's also like retracting. Decrease in size. My man, these aren't opposites of each other. You mean an extended, then retracted claw. My face is just indignant now, causing an icy grip in my stomach to subside. Thanks. Sorry for... Yes, I'm sure it's all quite a bum. I'm sure this is but a bump in a fruitful peership. The Otacon rushes on, beginning his dictation of the text. The Baryonyx's expression shows a disinterest as she looks between the book and a note page. I crane my neck, unwilling to scooch closer to the toothy maw. Excuse me, is Matt Mercer in the room with us right now? That just looked at me with such vitriol. Great, Chester Otacon, but I doubt I can unfuck this. It's just that look. It's familiar, but not in the way I can describe. Glossing over at that, Iotacon's teaching style is as grand and ostentatious as a Shakespearean play. He's striding back and forth as he speaks, not a single note in sight. While it isn't verbatim, he's essentially recounting everything with such grand importance that it makes it hard to focus on the essential info. So this class is a bust when it comes to knowledge retention. Propping my head atop one of my hands, I crane my eyeballs to the absolute limit towards the Baryonyx girl. The ferocity with which she's been scrawling out notes is deafening. Still as interested as I am, I'm not trying to draw her ire by getting up in her business. Seriously, though, it looks like she's sketching away with a feather-tip quill, alternating between fast bursts and methodical, lazy swoops. I keep my head trained forward as long as I can. What is she doing? Certainly, this isn't follow along to his drivel. Yetkin just got to the invention of horsehair brushes, and in spite of the theatrics, it's enough to put a crackhead to sleep. You would say burgers per twink over vile European measurements. What the hell is burgers per twink? I just learned something. Hold up. Hold up, I'm looking for something. Someone just told me source properties. I'll have to figure that out later. About 4.20 centimeters. 420, praise it. Alright, curiosity peaked. Hey, I think that's the right one even. Play it cool. Just go for the classic abdomen twisting stretch and use the moment to take a quick peek. Holy shit! It's the right peak twice. Are we gonna get the right peak for high things now too? Bracing both hands on the back of the chair, I begin my excruciatingly slow stretch. With the last 2 days I've had, it actually feels like I'm wringing broken glass out of a tattered towel, and each vertebrae pops sequentially upwards in an annihilation of pressure so great, I almost forgot why I even did this. Oh, yeah, write on notes. Haggling my hair down as I slowly unfurl my... Oh, a stretch. I thought it said sketch for some reason. I almost can't believe what I'm seeing. She's furiously sketching away, using her index claw as a pen nib, and drawing from a nearby divot in the desk, filled with rich black ink. Ever so often she'll retract the claw, wipe a finger down with a rainbow-stained rag, and then begin anew, to add another facet of her drawing. Excuse me, Olivia? You're not hanging out with, certain acronym people, are we? With your rainbow rag? Wave it around in her face. Its brilliant black and white rendering of a figure. Lines of varying depth form a rough outline of them, a slight slouch. Scratchy shading lines giving an unreal depth, and oh, I see. She's dabbing. Oh, shit! Dab! Quick, dirty heaps of ink onto her claws on sections. Wait, what? I see. She's dabbing quick and dirty heaps of ink from her claw onto sections of per black. Of per what? Before spreading it in a flurry to fill the majority of the space, cleaning up the blank edges afterwards. Holy shit. It escapes from my mouth before I can even process the drawing's full scope. Luckily, Yadakan seems so engrossed in his riveting exposition upon the advent of canvas boards. How fast is he going? Yadakan, slow down. You're gonna outpace reality. Those silver eyes once again grace me, but they flash vulnerability. Ah! I can't see! Before returning to their suspicious glare. You know, I said it before, but if I'm complaining about, like, big structural issues with your themes and stuff, usually that means, like, your actual writing is pretty solid. And so far, there's some oddities left and right, but overall, you know. Like, Anon should not use metric, ever. Good. Wait. Oh, right. Oh, wait, this is Anon. Yeah, right, yeah. So I'm creeping up the drawing, sorry. Her gaze doesn't avert, and she doesn't move to hide the piece. Although she offered a more plain view. Could I see it? Aurora Borealis! I'm sorry, I don't watch The Simpsons. How do you know it's from The Simpsons? She rolls her eyes, about to hide the page away forever with a movement of her wrist. No, wait. I just never seen anything so impressive before. Listen, I gotta, hold up. Hold up. I have a massive issue with this entire segment, and I was going to mention this earlier, but Anon is talking to a girl, right? He doesn't even mentally go, oh, she's not really a girl or anything. Or go like, oh, she's an asshole, I don't give a shit. Anon is talking to a fucking girl. Remember that at the beginning of Snoot game, right? He straight up says, like, femoid. Practically, actually, let's look up the first script, because, hold up. Because the first time he sees Naomi, right? Like, the whole Naomi thing sends off his alarms. Where is it? 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 Get Snoot games, wiki tips, move transition. Documentation on move transition. Oh, fuck, I'm going to read that. Can I even access that? Oh, shit. It's documentation. Hold up. Okay, this happens after she leaves. I forgot about that. Then the alarm goes off, right? Oh, here we go. Naomi grabs my hand and ah! Female making contact, DEFCON 1. He's talking to Olivia and, like, straight up asking her for something, and he's like, okay, this is fine, I guess. I don't at all get it. Like, Anon, my man, my homeboy Slice, what happened to you that you can A, talk to a woman, B, ask for her art, and C, you're not freaking out over it? Like, this is so not Anon. It's so insistent on keeping the scene the same. So terrified of deviation. Despite the fact that this is where Inko and Anon deviate. And it doesn't. That's why I get pissed off. It's like, they're different characters, but they're doing the same thing that is driven by the original character. What are you doing? Also, Anon isn't that artistic. He doesn't give that much of a shit about art. He's an asshole. So why... Like, there's so much wrong with this when you really get down to it. This is what happens when you lie to me about how you're gonna stick to the source material. I've never seen anything that impressive before. I get if you don't want, well, me to see it, but it seems like a shame not to show it off. Another silent huff and eye roll, but she tosses the page to my side of the desk. I'm careful to avoid touching any of it, undoubtedly still being wet. Ugh, there's so much on this. Did you cum on this? It's like a cum rag. It's so wet. Anon, that's because you're still sweating from PE. Oh. And then he notices this cloud of vapor hanging around him. A literal, visible cloud of vapor. Another... Shame not to show it off. Okay. I hold it at an angle from the table, really absorbing it all. How does Yadakan not tell you to... I'm staying close to the source material like Netflix. Someone told me, or at least I saw a video, let's put it like that, that the reason Japan tends to make stuff more close to the source material when it comes to manga and anime is because they're the ones who are watching, whereas in America the idea is we need the general audience. And all I can say is, you know what? If someone ever makes an adaptation of anything I've ever written, if you go the American way, go fuck yourself. Goddamn. Just elevate my art. That's all you gotta do, buddy. If my art, if my work attracts a general audience, I have failed as an artist. That's how I see it. I don't want to be that guy. I want at least someone to walk into the theater, hate my guts when he leaves. Because that's how you know that the people who loved it truly loved it. Because it was personal and special, and if it's a matter of taste, then someone has to hate it. That or you're God and you're cheating like a dirty bastard. Everything I saw looks even more impressive head on. Yeah, the angle matters. The sketch, even if incomplete, seems to be of me. How could you know, Anon? You literally look like nobody. That's the whole point. You're called Anon because you're anonymous. The reason Inko could identify himself is because he wears glasses. He has that. You have nothing. Well, a bald, featureless human in a button-up. Her makeshift beta pool... What does beta pools mean? Still glisten. And the scratching emanating... Does he mean like eyes? What are beta pools? This doesn't help me. I think I'm mixing up two words, because I know beta is like used for men. So it could be like his eyeballs. And the scratches emanating towards the word section give it a shape and dimension. There are hints of greater facial expression, but clearly the head was left unfinished, because there's nothing to put there. The eyes in particular have an oddly hollow look to them that leaves me to guessing at the intended final result. As much as I shat on this section, right, I do love that she doesn't fill in the face, because Anon does not have a face to begin with. Inko is kind of more of a character. Anon is just a stand-in, so keeping him blank makes more sense. Also, I don't think Anon ever shows... No, he does. He does. There are angry faces for him, right? I don't know. But we're corporate people. We must maximize profits. You know, because woke. It's the woke people who are the capitalists. Somehow. It's like these people don't seem to understand, right? Maybe it's because they want to make the most money, and they think that the best way to make the most money is to make something that doesn't make everyone shit themselves by being a big asshole, you know? Like, if you're part of the asshole club, no one's going to make a movie for you for the general audience because no one wants to watch a bunch of assholes jerking themselves off on the screen. Also, we've had movies about being kind and giving people hugs and kisses for fucking years. I hate it. I don't care. I don't go to theaters for a fucking reason, right? I just don't care. If I want to sit down, right? If I want to sit down and waste hours of my life, I will watch the gorgeous How the Beverly Hillbillies Changed Everything. It is 42 hours of absolute cinema. I love that. And I finally get to finish it. It's back. Oh, brings a tear to my eye. In incel lore, beta orbiters refer to men who are friends with women. How gross. How disgusting. How could you be friends with a woman? With a femoid? The thought alone just makes me violently jerk, as if I'm hit with a defibrillator right to the chest. See, I know that you guys don't get this, right? But if you are a man and you're friends with a woman, you are inherently either cheating, you're helping her cheat on her future husband, or you're being cheated on. on your future wife. You can't be friends with women. It just doesn't work like that. Anyway, enough of Anon having weird descriptions of things. Beta pools. Listen, it just sounds like you're trying to beta test your game, and this is the pool of participants. Dumbass. Should have held out until she put it away of her own accord. Still, this is anything beyond I could... You don't even do art, Anon. What are you talking about? And she popped it on, like, what, 15 minutes at that? This vibe of horror about it. Something unsettling, but altogether unflattering with how she depicted me. I got it. Oh, it looks like a Jinchi Ichio, Pat. Ichio? Wait a minute, what the fuck is he doing on itch.io? I mumble. I feel her gaze shift to me. Look back at her for a moment, that's a new look. What? That's a bad sentence. Rewrite that one. Looking back at her for a moment, and that's a new look? Like, put in an ellipses or something that indicates that your train of thought's getting smacked around. She has gone from the most peculiar pucker on her maw and implied... What? She has the most peculiar pucker on her maw and an implied question in her widened eyes. But it's gone in a flash. Back to indifference. And you just, like, made this? And no dull sneer curtails that phrase. I mean, from start to finish. Mind to page. That's, I search my vocabulary and unfortunately find only dino slurs and internet lingo way too esoteric to fly in this situation. Wild. I love how he went for wild. I forgot how dumb he sounds compared to his normal lingo. Your lexicon, my friend, has completely collapsed. Like writing soul onto paper. Jesus Christ, Anon, please stop. Here is small from her, but her face is unreadable as I look back to her. Could I get a pic of this? I start reaching for my pockets as I ask, stopping and remember that my broadcast still is a Volcano S1. Huh, that's actually a pretty cool name for a phone. That's fire. I might as well put it through a meme deep fryer while I'm at it. Never mind, it won't do it any justice. I slowly swing the drawing back to her, her eyes soaking up as much of the memory as I can. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. So, you do know that the way the sentence is structured implies that she's soaking up as much of the memory. Like, I get the point is that Anel's trying to remember as much of it as he can, but this sentence just sucks ass because of it. Because I'm expecting her to be used here. I can't help but frown. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen in... Anon, you don't talk like this. You're a person who thinks everyone's a fucking poser. What's happening to you, man? This is what happens when men become friends with women. They stop identifying posers. They become one. Ugh! Ugh! You're so disgusting, Anon. Ugh! What happened to you? I'm made by someone that hates me implicitly. Well, enough to drive over your feet. But it's disappointing to know it'll be trapped in this moment forever. Jesus Christ, Anon. Go get a creative writing course. Holy shit, someone I know made a mod. Something about the term beta orbiters cracks me up. It feels like a missile system, you know? Sir, we must activate the beta orbiters to stop the invasion. It's a funny word, okay? I'm having fun with it. The page lingers before, and I expect it to be greedily snatched away from the covetous skinny that was ogling it. Yet she doesn't. She regards it with disinterest, before turning the same look to me. You can keep it. I don't know how to respond. Oh yes, I do. Defcon for tsundere femoid. Listen, Anon, you accepted something from her, you're giving it back, you talked to her, you already revoked your femoid privileges. Drew me and is letting me keep it. Repeat tsundere femoid. I freeze up at a sudden realization. What super autism kept me safe before is gone. Oh, because you're a big fat loser. Holy shit, a girl touched this. Oh, you're not getting cooties. God damn it, Anon. Everyone knows that they invented anti-cootie special nanobots, and they're in the air. You're safe, Anon. You never have to worry about cooties again. And it's of me, maybe, and it's mine. Listen, Anon, there are better ways to get your hands on a cum rag. Well, thanks. That's really, really cool. Yeah, wow. I shakily place it back onto the desk, careful that the ink doesn't seep through it into the table below. How wet is this paper?
What? How soaked is this sheet that there's still wet ink on it?
She merely mumbles back, "Oh, it's nothing."
Oh, wow. Holy shit, it's 2 speakers in 1 line? Holy crap, I'm losing my mind. It's like someone knows how writing can work if you're a little sassy boy about it.
Hold on, I'm gonna take a little snack. I need a little boost. My room is so warm now. That chocolate is going soft. That's great. That's fucking great. I might soon have to get out the fan. All right, let's get going. Now, anyone not utterly cowering at the precedence of the fairer sex,
is she fairer? They're covered in cooties, Anon.
Would have some pretty choice words to counter that sentiment. But I have a yellow streak from nape to ass crack.
What?
And couldn't respond coherently if I tried. I don't know what that means. Sorry.
Oh no, I hate it when things go soft.
No. So passing the rest of class in quivering silence it is. Luckily, the remainder of the period passes in the blink of an eye.
How did Iaticon not give you shit for this? I guess, again, Iaticon is kind of a creep when you get down to it, because he really is just pushing these 2 characters together. We'll get to that later. I legitimately have objections to how he handles this later. Or how Anon handles it, because Anon really is not... He talks like he's worse. He talks like he's a worse Spurg than normal. But he doesn't act like it, and it really bothers me. It's like they want the aesthetics, the appearance, without the commitment. And Caveman has always kind of taken it with a grain of salt, like, hey, don't fucking treat this shit like it's cool, you know? That's also bothering me about Wani Gemu, Inko, is that he seems to legitimately glorify his own self-existence, and it's so depressing. Like, I want Wani Gemu and Inko to go kill himself, to just jump off a cliff and never wake up again. I don't want to ship him with anyone. I want him to get ending 1 and die. Just fuck that guy. Jesus. Why would I want to help him? The story makes no effort to make him likable in any way. It's like, thanks, game. But isn't this supposed to be a dating game where I want him to kiss? I don't want any of that. At most, I want him to become a better person and hug the people around him and maybe find someone he can actually work with. Ugh.
We'll get to that eventually, perhaps. Luckily, the remainder of the period passes in the blink of an eye. When the bell rings, the baryonic started hot-wheeling it out of class. Hot-wheeling. Hot. Well, actually, it should be hot-wheeling. Fine by me. I plan both palms face down and exhale a shaky breath.
Alright, okay. I'm cool. Well, not cool, but I'm okay. It's just a sketch anyway. Artsy type's always self-deprecating, right? Maybe it isn't the best work.
I take another up-close look at my doppelganger.
Holy fuck, I do want to see her best work. Iaticon swaggers up to my desk of the now empty classroom, using an index finger to swivel the page around for a better view. Ah, the drive and talent of youth.
He begins penning something into a sticky note.
I know a piece every class, and often multiple. Of course, Olivia knows all my lectures by heart. What class do you teach? Why does she keep showing up? I certainly hope you can confidently pass a test on what was covered today, Anon. Well, I'm supposing it's multiple choice?
I expect him to be a little more miffed, but is that same content smile emanating from his eyes that it is the start of period?
Well, nothing a little studying can't bolster. I can't say my lessons are such a coveted prize.
What does that mean? As opposed to what, the drawing?
I mean, you've heard his class, Anon. He's not good at this.
We're not going fast, are we?
I love to get to make gross sounds when the mic's off. Great. It's like I'm being a little scoundrel. In any case, take this to the librarian along with your course schedule to get your books. Run along now.
And not the Mr. Iaticon carefully taking up the sketch.
He still hasn't How wet is this paper? It's been minutes!
I feel like such a dork walking through the halls with it like a loose-leaf sketch, and yet here I am walking with it. A quick stop by the library nets me my books and a library card. Damn, am I ever starving. Hunger doesn't discriminate with the day I had. A handful of stale snack donuts is not a winner's make. Of course, any hopes of a peaceful or easy lunch are dashed the moment I step into the thronging brawl that engulfs the entire cafeteria. It's like a silent marsh pit. Silent as in no music, the haymakers and elbows being thrown at their own horrific cacophony. I look at the security posted around the room. What? Just containment at this point? Is this expected? What kind of ghetto trash could possibly breed inside an art school? Good question.